Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube and welcome back to the channel. Now we all love a holiday in Cornwall and I've had a fair few before in my time, before I moved down to this beautiful county. However, this summer has seemed a lot more quieter in Cornwall with less visitors and a lot more empty holiday and Airbnb lets. And it's left many, including myself, wondering why. So today we're going to take a deep dive into the reasons for this seeming decline in visitors to the county and answer the question, has Cornwall become too expensive? Now, according to a regional expert, tourism in the southwest is at its lowest point for the last 10 years. Tim Jones, chairman of the Southwest Business Council, has said firms were facing continuing challenges with staffing and the cost of living crisis, which has affected visitor numbers to the southwest. About 17% of pubs and restaurants in the region have closed down, and the sector has dropped away from about £10 billion turnover a year to around £9 billion, so a loss of £1 billion. But why the steep decline and what has happened to our once booming holiday season in Cornwall? Let's take a deeper look into the issue. With the current cost of living crisis, households up and down the country have had to cut back dramatically on their spending, which includes non-essential things such as holidays. As Cornwall is one of the UK's leading staycation and tourist spots, it might be surprising to find that some of its most popular tourist destinations are among the most expensive in the UK. Firstly, let's talk about housing. Cornwall has seen a massive surge in property prices, especially since the pandemic. With more people looking for a rural escape, demand has driven prices up, making it difficult for locals to afford to stay in their hometowns. Did you know that the average house price in Cornwall has increased by over 20% in the last 2 years? That's more than double the national average. What used to be an affordable place to live is now out of reach for many. Next, let's look at the cost of living. It's not just housing that's becoming more expensive. Everyday essentials like groceries, utilities, and eating out have all seen price hikes too. Whether you're a local or a visitor, the cost of a simple meal at a Cornish pub has gone up by nearly 15% in the last year. And it's not just food. Utility bills and fuel costs are hitting locals hard, especially those in more remote areas. Now, tourism is the lifeblood of Cornwall's economy, but it's a double-edged sword. With more tourists comes more business, but also more strain on local resources, resulting in higher prices. During peak seasons, prices for accommodations here in Cornwall can be astronomical, pushing out even the most loyal of visitors. And these have risen by quite a bit over the last few years. I remember before we lived here and we'd often come down monthly for a 3 to 4 night break. And you could pick these up cheaply, around £170 to £260. But now looking at prices, a similar break has shot up to £400 plus. And this is mainly out of season. A week in Cornwall at the moment during the summer season is likely to set you back anywhere from £1,050 to £2,500 for a family of 4, depending on where you stay. And then on top of this, you have all the cost of activities and eating out, etc., which have all risen with the cost of living crisis and inflation here in the UK. This year and this summer indeed, it does seem and feel quieter down here, and I wonder if these higher prices are having an impact on this. Many people online have said they can go abroad for a week on an all-inclusive break for cheaper than it costs to come to Cornwall for a week. And that just shouldn't be the case. And it does seem crazy, but this might explain where some of the visitors to Cornwall have actually gone this year. To add to the cost of a holiday in Cornwall, in 2025, Cornwall Council intends to charge Airbnb and holiday home owners whose sole use is for renting out to holidaymakers double council tax. And there are also plans for a tourism tax per day for staying in the county. These costs inevitably will be passed on to the customer, further increasing the prices. Now, with the reported drop in tourism this year, we have to look at who it affects the most. And my thoughts are firmly on small business owners who rely on the summer trade. bars, restaurants, independent shops, etc., who take the majority of their revenue in the summer, some even closing in the winter months. Now, to me, it seems a real shame that things are quieter down here, because as a county we have so much to offer for visitors. Amazing beaches, beautiful coastal paths just like this one, fabulous fresh fish and food, and some absolutely great independent shops. So it's a shame that more people aren't coming down to experience what this beautiful county has to offer. Cornwall Live, who I fully appreciate isn't the most reliable source out there, wrote a piece on Looe recently, a beautiful UK seaside town that is beloved by tourists and fans of the TV detective drama Beyond Paradise. It has been suggested that Looe, normally a busy and bustling Cornwall holiday destination, has had somewhat a slow start to the year tourism-wise. Now, partly this is somewhat being blamed on the weather and the rumour that a lot of holiday homes in Looe have been sold and returned to residential use. The tepid start to the tourist season has sparked some concern and worry in local shop and business owners about what the season and the future holds for Looe. Among these local business owners in Looe is Sarah Barron, 54, who assists in running the Haven. She commented, "It feels quieter this year and the holiday lets haven't had as many bookings. We feel it's quieter." Sam Chapman, a 30-year-old local, has spent his entire life in the Looe area and has been the proud owner of Pengilly's Fishmongers for the past 3 years. He noted, "It's been slow. It's been much later to get going this year. We have had a really good Easter, but then it was back to February figures. It's only just starting to get going again now, and it's actually been busier than I thought it would be. There's been a lot of uncertainty ahead of the election. People just don't want to part with their money." Clive Gardner, who has owned and operated Clive's Cat cartoons since 1996, lives above the shop with his partner Mandy Rose. When asked about the current season, he said, "It's been a very slow start. The streets were empty, the cost of everything has increased, car park fees have risen, restaurant prices have gone up." Across the harbour in West Looe, Carter Jones, 44, runs an estate agency. She revealed, "Holiday let bookings are down. I have friends who clean cottages and they say the number of cottages they are cleaning has gone down. Their numbers are partly down because some of the holiday homes and second homes have been sold and gone back to residential. But holiday rental bookings are down by as much as 30 to 40%. My friend has got 3 holiday rentals and still has vacancies for August." Now, in response to the article, many people commented their thoughts, and in the main, these are all complaining about the cost of a break in Cornwall. One of the top comments reads, "Cornwall is pricing itself out of the marketplace. £2,000 for a week in a caravan in unreliable British weather. You can do the Italian lakes for that. Who in their right mind would go to Cornwall at these prices and risk the week being a washout, when you could do the Mediterranean for less, where you have more to see and do and more reliable weather?" And another recent article from the Telegraph, which features Cornwall heavily, leads with £6 for a slice of cake inside the UK's most costliest holiday destinations. Very sad to read, but I guess they do have a point. And I think this is a big part of the problem here. We seem to have priced our beautiful county out of the market for some people. Now, some of this is down to holiday let owners seeking more income, I'm sure. But unfortunately, some of this is down to increased costs across the UK that have forced prices in Cornwall up. How do you think we can fix this and get more people back holidaying in Cornwall? Is it purely down to cost, or do you think there is more we as a county can do to make things better? Have your say in the comment section below. I'm really interested in your feedback. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. And don't forget to drop your comments in the comment section down below as to what you think we can do to improve tourism in Cornwall. We'll see you in the next one.